Hi guys, Dorota International nail artist and educator here, and I am in with Fiona. We are gonna do rebalance on those pretty nails. Salon is gonna be a crazy busy, so I will try to show you maybe on the one hand, but we are gonna go for a nice and spring design. So I have sanitized her hands, and now we are gonna say goodbye to this pretty rainbow set. And of course there is a tutorial for it. You can watch it on my channel if you didn't see it. It was actually really simple to do it, but so effective, so I'm really sad to let them go because they were so pretty. So I did remove the design, and now I'm just blending so slightly the product with the natural nail. Doing exactly the same on the other one. I'm using a safety bead. I am on the highest speed my e-file can take. And if the nails are intact, there is no need actually to remove any other parts. You kind of want to carry on and do the rebalance until they can take it, or until you want to sculpt a fresh set. So for some clients, which were very short nails, I would carry on the entire life. Like, you know, even if they come into me for the last 10, 15 years, I would just do rebalance for Fiona because she's liking wearing long nails. Once sometimes we do a fresh set because for a coffin shape, even it's quite hard to get a nice structure when the natural nails are just far too long. And whenever I'm doing the rebalance, I need to thin out the free edge because we need to shorten them, and my structure is hiding in the middle, like, you know, the apex is kind of hidden in the middle of the nail. So I want the free edge to be really nice and thin, and the cuticle area to be nicely blended as well. Like, I will keep showing you on those 4 nails as well how I'm doing it. Okay, and this way I have removed the design. I'm just going back and thinning out the free edge a little bit more so we can move on into the next step. And my next step would be to clean off any dust and push back Fiona's cuticles. They are actually quite decent this time, so I'm just pushing back her cuticles. And then I'm gonna grab the cuticle bead and just clean that. The speed is much lower at the moment, and I'm going only to 15, so half of my speed, and I'm cleaning the nail plate. So that just shows you guys I'm kind of going my routine. So I will do one side on all the fingers, and then I would put the e-file and do it on other ones as well. It's just like I can do it with the closed eyes almost. You know, same like when I'm keeping the tools, I want to keep them always in the same spot, so my brain doesn't have to think actually where it is. I would just know instantly where the things are. Now I'm using a file to reshape the coffin shape, so one side, other side, and now we are going to shorten them a little bit. So whenever the natural nails start becoming longer, we kind of going a little bit shorter and a little bit shorter, and then blend it everything on the natural nail. Just the same, so one side, other side, and then shorten it. I love how sharp they become, again, just with the couple touches of the file. and then blend the natural nail. Just the same. I had some white line in there which could indicate a loose product in there, so I'm just filing that off. The thickness is actually quite nice, so I don't want to waste too much time on reshaping the thickness. We are gonna just put a very small amount of the gel to rebalance them. And then get rid of this white line here. Okay, so this is my first step. I would do it when I'm doing the rebalance. The nail plate isn't prepped properly, but I like to do my final inspection before I start applying the product, especially that's during the filing. Sometimes the product moves a little bit and we might get like a fresh loose places which wasn't there before. So that's why I kind of do it on the 2 stages. Okay, happy with that, so we are gonna move on into the next step, and I can clean the cuticles. So grab my cuticle nipper, and we are gonna only trim whatever is needed and whichever would disturb us with the product application at this stage. So I'm really cleaning off only what is on the nail plate, or anything which would actually disturb me to apply the product nice. Okay, here I've got one which is just directly on the nail plate. That's it gone. And now a little bit more from the nail fold. Okay. I'm gonna just catch up and do exactly the same on the other hand and then come back to you. Perfect, so they are ready for the product application. We can just touch up like last time. So this is my final inspection, and as you can see it, I've got white mark in here. We need to make sure it's gone. And then I have tiny bit of shiny places there. And basically that's this hand ready. So we are gonna take a blue scrap to dehydrate the nail plate, nice and squeaky clean. Wait for it a couple seconds to dry. An extra nail prep, which is a dehydrator as well. I don't have to apply it on the product, only on the natural nail. And then we are gonna use the universal air bond, which acts as an like double-sided tape, so it makes my product to adhere to the nail plate really well, like instead of the base gel. Once I've got that, we are gonna go for a perfect rose gel. And first of all, I'm always like applying nice and thin layer, like pressing really hard into the nail, and I cure that well, like 60 seconds cure for a very thin layer. So almost massaging this into the nail plate. Perfect, change. And then we are gonna do exactly the same on this hand. So a final inspection, take your product away. See, that's those kind of things which I was telling you, that after we finish the filing, sometimes the things move a little bit, and then we can find an extra loose place, or after cleaning of the dust, we will be able to also see it better as well. That's why I like to do it like a final inspection before putting the product on. An extra nail prep, just exactly the same, and then universal air bond once it's dry. And you know, it kind of looks like I'm applying it whatever, but I don't apply it whatever. I make sure I apply it only on the natural nail, trying to don't touch the skin. Like as you can see, the skin is dry around it, and universal air bonds leaves like a shiny surface. Okay, keep massaging this product in. And then we will be able to do it an apex replacement on the other hand. Change. So I would again start with the slim layer because it helps me move the product. And depending on the temperatures, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 nails. I assume because the growth isn't like as huge, like and we didn't have overly massive amount of the lifting, I should be able to do it all 4 with a big risk. I would say 2 probably would be perfect, but we will see it, because you have to observe the product. So I'm taking a small amount of the product and I'm just replacing my apex, making sure it's blended around the cuticle area, and then I don't want excess amount of the product at the free edge, because the free edge should be about a credit card thickness. Doing exactly the same in here. And the gel is a medium consistency today with the temperatures, so I can see I can still keep a control over the product. So I'm able to add 1 more nail, but at the same time when I'm applying it on, I keep watching my pinky. Okay, so whenever I start feeling the pinky is starting running, you just quickly finish and cook the hand. Actually, I was right. I'm able to do all 4 at the same time. Fiona's hand is a little bit to the stiff side, so I cannot pull it. Thanks. I cannot pull it down the way. If you direct the finger down and you're able to work with both hands, like your left hand and the right hand, your application is much faster. I am a bit too steady, working only with the one hand. Change. So I will show you on this hand. I will just nicely redirect her hand. When the finger's going down a little bit, the gravity helps you do the job much faster. And then if you're able to kind of maneuver with the client hand at the same time when you apply the product, you are working twice faster. I will show you the filing maybe on 1 or 2 nail only, because it's kind of getting again busier and busier. So I don't think so. It's actually even a pleasant way of watching the video, you know. So what we're doing now is just exactly the same like in the other one, but here you can see it. I'm kind of trying to maneuver both with the nail and with the product, and then remove the excess of it. Pick up another scoop, move my apex. So apex is a kind of thing which gives you a strength, it's a thing which holds your product in place. And there is lots of videos. Actually I have created a nice playlist for you, different nail shape structures, plus nail technician tips and theory. Really useful one. And guys, like, I mean, we've got probably 1,500 videos now on the channel. If you're new in here, you can go and really rewatch a couple of them, because the knowledge in every video is absolutely a game changer when it comes to your nail technician career. Like, you know, it will speed up your work, it will make your nails last longer, and obviously make your clients happier as well, which will result in a fully booked diaries. Perfect, change. So this hand is cooked and I'm able to remove the inhibition layer. Fiona is a client which has a wee size difference in between the hands, and I'm always trying to make sure, like at the end, thumbnail picture, the things looks pretty nice and as similar as possible. But at the same time, we need to remember to don't overfile crazy. So like I usually try to keep her left hand a bit thicker than the natural nail is, and the right hand a bit slimmer than the natural nail is, like trying to find a happy balance. So this hand we are gonna taper a little bit more just to give those nails optically slimmer look. But you've got the most photogenic, like I take the nicest pictures on her. That's why I also love to do the recording on Fiona, and she always allows me to do. She comes in and I ask like, what are we doing? And she's like, I don't know, slap some gems on. But she always comes out with a really nice and pretty nails. Okay, thin out the free edge. Now guys, the advantage of the fiber gel is, first of all, it files like a butter. So, you know, you can just like save so much time on filing. You can see it like how fast I can actually reshape those nails, and the reason for it is mainly the fantastic, very easy to file product. Because you know, sometimes like when we do the nails, you file, and it's like never ending story. With this one you can see it, that's my free edge, really nicely done. Okay, and another one. This one is a bit wonky. So we need to sort this out and make it prettier. And those kind of movements, when I'm trying to touch almost the entire surface of the nail, is always fantastic to catch on the places which are uneven. I find it as like a really useful file movement. And of course, blending around the cuticle area as well. Always like has to be nicely blended. So blend the cuticle area. Thin out those free edge. And I would say we can move on into a buffer. So we are gonna grab a gray buffer, like make sure you do remove all the sharp edges, because this tool can be really sharp. And I'm just repeating the things. So in the middle we can go nice and fast, protecting a client nail falls, and that smooths out the entire surface. So the places which I didn't touch with the file, I'm actually smoothing it up now in the middle. So you don't have to lose your time and think of like what you're doing. You just file in the middle, lots of time saved, and then we're going to work around the cuticle area. So nice and gentle, slowly brushing away the product, plus blending this area. Okay, I don't want to know where the product is starting. That gives you a really long lasting results. Okay, searching for any nail imperfections, because there is always something, even if we should, even if we finish, guys, the set of the nails, like, you know, sometimes you take a picture and you notice something, then take a file and touch it up. So like I didn't like this side. After the filing, I'm just going back to my file and I'm touching it up. I think it's the overall end results which are the most important. Once we re-inspect everything and we do all the final touches. Another tip I can give you, especially guys for all of you who are just starting, whenever you think you have finished the nails, like so you will finish filing, go back and just like recheck them. You will always find something. And same with the buffer, like you can just buff them and then go and do a final inspection. And on this final inspection, you will always find something. So kind of like check after yourself. That was a tiny bit of product there. And now I think we still managed to get a not bad shape out of the half natural nail now and half the extension nail. They are still growing quite nice and straight. Okay, this is my final check. Got each. Oh, yeah. Just, yeah? Ah, okay. Anyway, so they are almost done. I'm gonna catch up on the other hand and give my client a break, then come back to you. So we are almost ready for a design. I'm just gonna do the last touch up on the cuticle area and do the final inspection on them, and then I can show you a really pretty design. It looks quite complicated, but it's actually not that hard. So I'm just using a wee ball to exfoliate the nail folds. Very low speed. And then put it back into the reverse and do the other side. Okay, clean the last few bits and pieces. Nice and quiet. For the design part, guys, because it's gonna be so pretty and so spring and not over the top, still nice and elegant with a touch of bling to satisfy Fiona. Okay. Okay, so the next thing is just to remove the remaining dust. I need you just there. Here we are, just in perfect view. I'm just cleaning the entire nails and the nail plate. Good, proper clean. And then we are gonna do some ombre first. So I'm always grabbing a wee form because you can use it for two things. So one is for a sponge to remove the fluffy bit, and then this part as my mixing palette. And the color we are gonna go for is 238, which is a pink sky. So I'm just putting a drop of it and a French gel. Okay, just a scoop of the French gel. I already did the thumb, so you can see it. I have created this color. And just mix it there. Okay, this way we get a really nice light pink. And I love to mix it with the French gel because French gel is actually really highly pigmented. And this way I can pull it in one layer. I shouldn't be saying it was nice and quiet. So I'm not gonna try to scream through the phone because this is too damaging to my brain, guys, like, you know, sometimes. But that's the only way I can record it from the salon. So what I'm doing now is I'm using a sponge to blend it nicely. Whenever I kind of feel it, my sponges start leaving the fluff, I'm touching it on the form. And again, retouch it on the form. Perfect, cook it. Okay, one layer is enough for this design, but depending how pigmented you want it or what kind of color you want to achieve, you might go a couple layers. I actually really like it in a one layer, this color, because it's very delicate pink. Again, remove the fluff. And of course, we will have to go for a magic chrome. Honestly, the form is a game changer when it comes to the fluff from the sponge, and it is happening usually when we press quite hard, you know, we kind of tend to tear it apart. Change. So get rid of the sponge, we don't need it anymore. And now we are gonna apply the High Shine No Wipe Top Gel, because I want to wrap some chrome over them. So apply the top coat. And again, the way you apply your top coat, that's the way your chrome is gonna turn out. So I'm always taking my time with this step.
So it's just the initial toss, and then it's just a kind of upkeep after that.
Are we doing a pack today?
Yeah, just pretty much the usual sort of, trimming up and a bit of layering, and then like bangs as well.
They just roll.
Oh yeah, they go so fast.
So fast. Did we do layers in the week last time?
I think so. I think yeah.
Did you like how it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like to have a bit of like texture and a bit of just kind of I like my hair to be quite like something a bit messy as well.
And that's the single.
Yeah, never let it go.
No, it's not a phase, was it?
No, it always
comes back.
Another tip, guys, I can give you is whenever you work with the chromes, what else you can do it? Try relax a bit. Thanks. What else you can do it is wait for any dust particles from the filing to come down a little bit, because they tend to fly everywhere for like a good even 15 minutes or so. And I can kind of almost see them flying there. Clean this one off, change, and then reapply the top coat on this one. Also, if you're working quite thick with the top coat, what you could do it is just like freeze 1 or 2 nails. See, that was a dust particle just flied into my nail. Sorry, I just need you like this. No, 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 no. That's it.
Then I get a coat of dough and like fill it up at night. Loads. Another point's flooded. Morning, first thing, I'm like, oh man, there's literally frogs everywhere. So yeah, she's not doing anything with hair. She's doing
Okay. Change it. Okay, now I'm just gonna wrap the magic chrome over those ones. Oh, it's so pretty. I love that chrome, like so much.
I got 45 seconds in. I just can't. Like I know I just don't want to watch it though. I don't need to see it anymore.
You're like, that's enough.
Like I want to see just bits of Louis.
Yeah.
I don't want to see like, oh, this is what they're like.
I know, yeah.
I know what they're like.
Yeah.
And I can't even sit through it.
No, it's.
Even though they're bad. And
Yeah.
it's so bad.
I know.
I'm watching clips on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's just not for real people.
I know. And billions.
And again, whenever I apply the chrome, I like to work through it. Like, you know, you want to make sure it's nice and smooth without of extra chrome left over. And now I'm just polishing it. You can actually really hear it, the squeaky. Okay, around the cuticle area. And now just brush away the excess of it. Don't want any excess. And we can also scratch the free edge. Because it goes on top of the shiny surface, you can touch it with the file to kind of get the grip. Oh, they overcooked now. Okay, now let's see if I will be able to wrap the chrome in there. Okay, still okay. It's not that overcooked. So whenever I do apply the chrome as well, like a 60 seconds would be a perfect cooking time. Fiona did cook it twice for 60 seconds, so they are really overcooked.
Yeah. I don't actually know the guys' names. They're different direction.
Okay, again, scratch.
But really, really good actors in it, yeah.
Nice scratch. And then we can take a foil gel, so just a drop of the transfer foil gel glue. And we are gonna do a next part of the design. D-liner brush. And what I want is like a couple of the lines around the French line. So just like a wee lines. Leave some empty space in there as well. Now, cooking time is very important for this part as well. And the lines are very thin, so I'm just gonna cure them 30 seconds. That was a warning for Fiona. I actually love it because she's a great client, you know, she makes sure her nails are really properly cured. And she helps me quite a lot, like, you know, watching the curing time. But this time we have overcooked the chrome a little bit. Thankfully, it did work. So we have to make sure we don't overcook the transfer foil gel glue. Perfect. Okay, and then just quickly remove the excess of the chrome. We don't want that.
Yeah, I think actually beans. So good. Is it? Yeah. Genuinely. I know there's like loaves and polar bears and stuff.
Can we take it out? Yeah. Honestly, I'm just doing some random lines, like you don't have to be even perfect with those lines as long as a tiny bit of gold is gonna be see through the design which we will create. Now here I got a bit of, I don't know if it's a dust or uneven chrome, but what I'm trying to do it now is hide it a little bit because it looks terrible. So you see, I do make mistakes to cook it. But as long as the final look is perfect, like as much perfect as possible, that's all what it's matter. Okay, gold transfer foil, just a small piece of it. And then I'm just pressing it on my client nail. Get me closer to the camera, so Patrick is not gonna complain like I'm all over the place with the post-production. Take it out. Okay, and this way we have just added on like a couple gold squiggles. I do it exactly the same on the other hand. Okay, cut a fresh piece of the foil. The other one was quite used. Okay, brilliant. And now we can do a next step. So now I'm gonna swap to the master brush, and that's my one-stroke brush. Using a white French gel and the pink we have gotten there, I'm picking up two colors at the same time on my brush. So it is angular brush, and on the higher point I want my white, on the lower point I want my pink. I kind of work it through it, and we are gonna start painting a wee flower there.
Yeah, I've always found that actually. Yeah. Yeah, I've had hairdressers that.
Okay, and then just add literally touches of the brush.
Yeah. Do you find the same colours tend to go, yeah?
I never really have any issue with colour at all. It's fun how different hair is.
Yeah.
They are very simple, like a 5-petal flowers, and I like to make them pretty irregular. I think it looks more natural and more pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, considering I've had it coloured for a lot of my life, it's difficulty. Yeah.
I'll be fair, the colour that we did was not that.
Yeah, not really. Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like when your hair is so like glossy and silky.
Yeah.
I think it's just makes it more manageable.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now we are painting on a slidey surface, which makes things a little bit more difficult, and also with the gel. So what you can do it is once you do the initial layers, you can just touch them up like some places to kind of give them a little bit more pigment. Cook it. And now we are gonna do it exactly the same on the other hand. I have made my brush a little bit messy, so UV cleanser just to re-clean it. Get it nice and flat.
It's funny though, like until she was like 2, she had like barely no hair. Yeah, it was really, really short. And probably till she was 3, it started to kind of grow like a little bit. But now it's just like really long and thick. So.
And then paint another flowers. If you never have tried like a one stroke, I do really encourage you to try it. Like even if they are very simple flowers like those ones, I think anyone could paint them. Like they are so simple. Nothing over the top, just a couple touches of the brush. And the master brush makes it so much easier just because of the size of it. It's a really tiny brush. We do post international from our website. It's definitely a tool which is going to make your life much easier. And again, your clients happier.
Yes, perfect. Like end of May. Wait, not yeah, okay, yeah.
Maybe just before the end, because I've taken the last week off.
Oh, okay.
I think I've had some really
No, maybe it's just before then.
See, look what I'm doing. I'm just literally touching the nails with the brush to create that kind of leafy design. Okay, bring in a tiny bit more color into some of the petals. Perfect, change. Okay, we are gonna bring in another color, and this is gonna be a yellow, 298 of my cake. Sorry, Fiona. Then the sky one, 300. It's the same collection, like over the rainbow. I really like using those colors. And then the purple rain, and this one is 242. So reclean my brush, dip in a white, yellow, and blue to create some sort of green colorish. It's just so we've got like spring mixture, I would say, change. But you want the colors to be very pastel-y. That's why I also use a white French gel to mix them. Plus I get a better color coverage, especially as I say, we are working on a slidey surface from the chrome. I have just covered like a wee dusty particle in there, and I'm covering this one here as well. Perfect, change. We need a drop of the black for our middle. Honestly, I'm just picking up like the smallest scoop ever and dipping in my brush into the yellow and into the blue to create some sort of dirty green, like a very dirty green. And just paint my middle. Change. Change. Okay, my next step would be to use some pure white. Actually, I'm gonna need a little bit more white, so I'm just picking up 2 scoops of it. And we are gonna do microscopic dots around the middle of the flower. Actually doing like a one step at the time is what I love to do the most when it comes to the design. Change. Change. Okay, I can also start adding some detail into the petals. And sometimes like a simple wiggle is all you need to kind of finish it off. Do not do it everywhere, just in some places, just like this. You can also touch some flowers. Again, do not do it everywhere, just in some places. And if you want to achieve very thin, oops, it's okay. Fiona got a wee shake. If you want to achieve very thin lines, what I'm doing is I'm kind of prepping my brush on a piece of paper, like, and dragging the line. I'm losing a voice now. Change. See, those tiny definition makes a pretty big change. Now I can also notice I've got a pretty bad leak on the pinky with the top coat. I will show you how to fix it as well.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And then I'll see you whenever I've got the link for it. If you need to change it, just let me know.
Okay.
Bother.
Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Perfect change. Okay, now is the time for the tiny, tiny gems. Base gel. Just a drop of the base gel. Clean my brush. Cool. And I want to slap them like here and there maybe. And there. Completely random really. Just a little bit of blink to make Fiona happy. And I've got like a wee crystal mix. Okay, make my life easier. There we are, even more easy. Now I'm just searching all the places I have done the wee dots with the base gel. Since they are single crystals, I wouldn't use like large ones. You want to make sure you're kind of playing with the tiny ones because this way they are not gonna be catchy. So if I'm building up crystal construction, I can go quite big. If we're working with the single crystals, you don't want to go too large. Oh, come on, stick in there. Perfect change. Oh, I need to show you that top coat. Okay, last one. Perfect change. So, trying to get rid of some products just so you don't lose them and so they don't disturb you. And now we are going to apply the top coat and then do the final sugar design. Usually when I work with the single crystals, I would kind of top coat them as well.
Yeah, that's okay, Julia. Thank you very much. Watch me out.
Again, it is a decent amount of the top coat, so I'm just gonna do 2 nails at a time.
Especially Joe Allen.
Yeah.
It's mental.
You know, I want to protect the chrome as much as possible.
No, I don't do that no more.
Perfect change.
Just like waitressing or like I'm doing KP tonight, so it's like it's in between shifts. I make it packed in a housekeeping bit. I'm just going to say, look, I can make this because I'm not really good at housekeeping. James isn't going to
And then we are applying a top coat on this one. Change again.
No.
Okay, and then on this one. Again, make sure you cap the free edge. We've got the chrome in there. Brilliant change. You're probably thinking of like, how do I remember which one I have put on and which one I didn't top coated? I think it's a routine again as well, like I have been doing it kind of usually the same. But yes, sometimes it can be confusing, like, you know, you go to pick up the phone or... Perfect change. Okay, this one is ready for the next step, so I'm just gonna grab the Tyler brush and grab in some white French gel and the purple color. Okay, and with this purple color, we are gonna add couple texture design. But you want to keep it still nice and pastel-y. My brush is splitting perfectly, I think, for this type of design. It was in a draw hit with some file. Okay, that is perfect. I can do it on this nail as well. I cannot do it in any other. Can you see it, how it's splitting? But it's just actually perfect for this design. Okay, awesome. Then swap to the yellow. I cannot do it on any other nails because the top coat isn't cured properly yet. And then I can kind of make it ugly by sprinkling some fairy dust glitter. So I don't want to do it. Actually, this one is quite rich. I don't want to squeeze anything else on this one. And here the yellow one is screaming like, put me there. And I'm doing it on top of the top coat, guys, now. You can see they are just as simple, like flowers made out of the dots, like really simple. Now, fairy dust glitter. It's a very fine glitter, and I'm just sprinkling on top of my design. So it will catch only the purple and the yellow ones. And here the purple ones. Change. Okay, now here we need to fix those pinky. So I've got my spike bead. Nice and low speed. You just relax it for a second. Nice and low speed. And I'm just separating it. I remove the product which touched the skin, okay, from the skin. You don't want to leave that. I think I had something here as well. Yeah. It took actually the chrome. You've got chrome finger now. You don't want to leave that on the client's skin. And this one is ready for a top coat now. And you can see it's cleaned it up really nicely. I'm also gonna add touch more top coat. That's the reason why I'm trying, like probably I touch that place because I'm missing a tiny bit of product in this corner. So as you can see I'm perfecting my final look on every single step. Change. That looks quite messy, but it's nice. I love once I clean it at the end. Now, I'm trying to also place the colors so they kind of go. So the yellow one is gonna be in here. And then the purple one on the other sides. Okay, more purple on one side and then more white on the other side. Get some yellow in. With a touch of white. Cool, sprinkle it. And do exactly the same on the other hand. Yep, so. You can see it how much it's like, I mean, it's such a simple thing I'm doing now, just a couple dots, but it's changed the design drastically. And if I would say to Fiona, like, you know what, let's slap some yellow on your nails, or like a purple, she would be like, oh. But because it's mixed like, and it's just a very delicate touches. It just enhances the design, making it really nice and spring look. Okay, purple one again for a balance. Quite a decent one going on in there. And then just white on the other side. It's kind of give it another dimension, I would say. And I cannot wait to clean them and show you the final results. And after that, we are gonna do a purple background in the photography studio. It's actually turning out already pretty cool. And I'm not the fan of purple. It's funny actually, but I start liking purple this year. Okay, perfect. So sprinkle it. Give a final cook of 60 seconds, and it is okay to stay like this without a top coat. Fiona had sugaring many times done with different types of very fine glitters, and it is always absolutely fine. So clean it everything properly. Clean her hands. Sugar glitter can be rough for maybe first 24 hours, but once you kind of wear it off the sticking out particles, I usually do it for my clients now at this stage, like I kind of wipe it quite strong to get rid of that so the things are not catchy. Then we will go and wash her hands, put cuticle oil, and take a beautiful thumbnail picture so you will be able to see it. But I want to show you, once I remove all the fluff from them, how they look like. Very spring and delicate. I can show you the other hand as well. It's nicely cooked. And I want you also to look as well like how nicely we have managed to balance the size difference in her hands. Like I'm not going to bother about cleaning this one on front of the camera. I will go and wash the hands properly. How much we have managed to kind of get the matching with the size. And I hope, guys, you have really enjoyed this video. You have learned something new, and I'm looking forward actually to seeing you in the next video, sending you huge glittery, and they will look also different in different lighting as well. I'm gonna switch the light. No, I'm actually, you know what, guys, we are gonna clean them properly and I show you the final results. So very rare view for you when the hands are clean and almost ready for a picture. I have switched off the table light so you could actually see them in a different light because they look completely different, and I'm gonna put that back on again. You know, this is what I love about the chromes. They look different in different lightings. You can see it like how much it's changed the entire look of the nails. Anyway, I hope you have, guys, really enjoyed this video. Sending you huge glittery hugs with Fiona, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!